Hello and welcome to our review of Logan.
So we were lucky enough to see Logan 1 hour early. Bizarrely, we didn't see it at 12, we saw it at 11. So this will be a spoiler-free review, as I'm pretty sure this isn't even out in some countries yet.
So to start off, the film in general is really good. We finally have a good Wolverine film. Woo! And it is going to be the last one, as they've said, but finally we got a good one. And it is unrestricted, so it's just full-on violence, full-on language. And they could finally just do the film that they obviously wanted to make for the longest time.
Despite it being a sudden jump into R rating, it doesn't feel sort of like too much. It doesn't feel out of character at any point. Yeah, it just feels like a very sort of natural progression over the years since the original trilogy, I guess.
So the plot of the film is a fairly simple one. It's just Logan living his later days in isolation, hiding away from just the world, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And he's looking after an older Xavier. Xavier's gotten on in age, and it's an interesting role reversal that whereas before Xavier was looking after the mutants, it's now Logan trying to look after Xavier. And then suddenly a young girl comes along, a mysterious girl, and that sets a plot in motion that gets Logan moving again, and sort of forces him back into heroism, but not necessarily in the PG way we're used to.
So the performances in this movie are extremely good. Standout, of course, would be Hugh Jackman playing Logan. He's older, he's angrier, he's frustrated, he's trying to forget his past, but it's obviously not going well for him. And yeah, he just pulls off that sort of age, that sort of beaten downness, that really sort of, he's just done with this shit.
Yeah, he's tired. Yeah, I think he pulls that off very well. He does get a few emotional scenes in the film, and they really
stand out.
Hit, you know, they right in the heartstrings.
Didn't cry, but goosebumps.
Charles Xavier, Patrick Stewart, is very good in this film because it's kind of different from the way he's been portrayed before. Whereas before he was confident and looking after everyone, he now requires help, but he doesn't want to admit it, and that really comes through in Patrick Stewart's performance.
Yeah.
He's trying to find happiness in the darkest of days that they're going through, and it just really comes across really well.
It's very realistic, it's very sort of naturalistic. You can see it happening to someone who's just getting old. It's not the fact that he's a mutant, he's just getting old, and he's just less capable than he was.
The young girl portraying X-23,
Daphne
something, we've forgotten her name. She's really good.
She's so very good.
Probably, maybe the best child performance we've seen in a while.
Best child actor I can name. Easily. She just pulls off that sort of innocence, as well as
being terrifying.
Yeah. It's almost sort of, she's unable to sort of comprehend what she's doing, and she's just doing it out of pure just reaction. And man, she's good both acting just emotionally and acting physically. She can do both of them, and I'm really excited to see what sort of comes out of her in the future.
Yeah, she doesn't speak.
Yeah, she's mute for most of it.
Yeah, and everything she's doing comes across in her facial expressions. It's fantastic. Like, she nails it.
Definitely.
You always know what she's thinking, and it's really good. So props to her. Props to the casting as well. Well done them.
So as good as this film is, my only fault with it is they suffer from the same thing all X-Men 20th Century Fox movies suffer with. They don't really know how to do gravity. However, they do sort of resolve that at the end of it, but to begin with, the jumpings, it's all over the place. They're jumping far too high.
Yeah, it's like obvious wire
It's a bit
work.
odd.
Like,
yeah,
it's which is such a silly thing to complain about, but it's always
exactly.
present.
We're nitpicking at that point.
It just feels like with this film, like they finally got to make the Wolverine movie they were trying to make for years.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost as if the studio just said, you know what, last one, no restrictions. Like, Deadpool did great, so make this whatever you want it to be, and they can finally do the film that Wolverine really needs.
The violence, gory as it is, feels real.
Yeah.
It's still grounded for a man who has...
It's almost necessary. Like,
and for the first time ever, we see blood around the cuts that come out, and it adds a level of realism that we've not been allowed in previous X-Men movies.
And he can just swear and do all the cussing he wants to do.
Exactly.
And
so many F-bombs.
Exactly.
So many fucks.
So, Neil, would you recommend this film to anyone?
I would recommend this movie to anyone over the age of 12. I think if you're under it, it's probably the line's too blurred. I think 12 plus, you'll be okay with it. None of the violence is gory, but it's not like scarringly gory, I don't think. But yeah, under that age, I think just stick to the original X-Men. This isn't a superhero movie per se. It's very sort of grounded, very heavy. The subject matter is quite real and quite sort of close to home with a lot of people. But yeah, I think movie lovers in general will really enjoy this, and superhero movie lovers equally will enjoy this. Yeah,
something different.
Yeah, finally something different from the superhero genre. So Sam, would you recommend this movie to anyone?
Yes, I would say if you enjoyed Deadpool, but you were kind of curious to see with that kind of rating, but a more serious tone for a superhero film that was that kind of violence and gore. And I think this film really delivers on that. Like, it's just gritty and realistic for a superhero film. So if you're curious to see that kind of thing, then yeah, go see this. Like, you don't have to worry about seeing previous X-Men films. It doesn't tie into those in any way. There's a few hints and references to things for fans of those, so they'll get that. But it doesn't really take away from the film if you haven't seen previous X-Men films. So if you enjoy any kind of action film or any kind of drama, really, I think you might enjoy this.
Yeah, whereas Deadpool was sort of the comedy with the serious moments in it. This is a serious movie with comic relief moments in it.
So that was our review of Logan. If you have seen the film, please leave a comment and let us know what you thought of it. But keep it spoiler free because, you know,
it's just come out.
And this is a review, so people might be watching this to see if it's good.
So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, hit like and smack subscribe, as Sam usually says. And yeah,
thank you very
much. So many fucks given.
Brilliant.
That's the end of the video.
That's the end of the video.
Sorted.